This book right here goes super duper in depth into sigil making. I guess it's like a new modern technique. The book's pretty thick too. I'm just like, dang. Most of the time when I look up stuff about sigils, it's all pretty quick and short. This is not short. I'm kind of excited though, because that means I'm gonna learn a lot of stuff, yeah!
Good question. What even is a sigil in the first place? It is basically a form of manifestation just using magic. I have another video on my account on how to use the sigil. If you scroll through my account, it should be on the right side, like 7 or 8 posts down. So if you watch that video, you'll see that you have to put your intention into it and teach yourself what it means, and every time you look at it, you think of what it means, like I am losing weight, I am famous, I am whatever you put in. And so that helps it manifest. And it's basically just a law of attraction thing. So I put these sigils all over my room, I look at them all the time, and I remember, I teach myself what these sigils mean. And yeah, it manifests. So yeah, thank you for all the love on my video. If you have any other questions, comment them down below and I can answer them. I also have another video about my sigil that actually worked. It's the only one that I have gotten rid of and like completely finished, and it actually worked like right away. It was so weird. So yeah, thank you for all the love. Basically, sigils don't have like a specific way to be made. It's all about what the intention is that you put into it. So you have to like teach yourself what it means, and then it just manifests and becomes true using law of attraction. So there's not really specific instructions on how to make it. Just make it your own.
Today I'm going to teach you the basics of sigil making. You're going to start out with an intent and write it as if it's already happened. Notice how I said I am and not I will. Then you're going to cross out the vowels and repeating letters. You'll have a couple letters left over, sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less. You're going to take your leftover letters and match it to the Pythagorean theorem chart. So M is 4, N is 5, and D is also 4. Now you're left with these 3 numbers. From there, you're going to write your numbers in a circle chart. It doesn't matter what order you put them in. Then you're going to connect your numbers. Since this is going back and forth, I'll take a little loop. Now you're left with this, and then you can add things to make it your own. And then bam, you got a sigil. I am safe and prosperous.
I'm going to show you how to make a sigil. There's no right or wrong way to making a sigil, and remember that a pretty sigil does not make it a powerful one, it's your intent. Here's how I make my sigils. It might be a good place to start. First, you're going to write your intent out in present tense. You don't want to use words like want or need in your intent because it doesn't make it as strong. Use it in the present tense like you already have what you're looking for. Next, you're going to remove all the vowels and any repeating letters. I like to do it in sequence of 9. But you're going to write out a numerical chart and pick out the numbers in the order of the letters that they come in. For example, my first letter is M, so my first number will be 4, and so on and so forth. Once you have your sequence, you're going to make a little numerical wheel and basically connect the dots within the circle in the order of your sequence. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Let the pen flow, do what feels right, and then refine your sigil and charge it so you can use it. Blessed be.
I'm going to show you how to make my sigils. First, we're starting off with our intention. Then we're going to take out all of the vowels and repeating letters. So we have a few letters left. Next, I'm going to do a chart that I made that gives each letter its corresponding number. Then I'll randomly put numbers into my sigil wheel. Then from left to right, we'll go through numbers. So 2, 5, 7, back to 2, and 3. This is my end result. Then I do my final draft, and it's done. And using the 4 elements, it is charged.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about sigils. I'm just going to be talking about how I make them. I make them with the will method. There are different methods, but I have not tried yet. And I'm not going to be going into depth about sigils, just how to make them. We start off with a phrase that represents your intention, and make sure it's always positive, like I am, I will, I want, which I'm not sure if I want's a good one, but I am and I will is a good one. And you're just going to want to cross out all the vowels. Then it's going to look like this. Then you're going to want to turn it into numbers with this chart. Then when you have it into numbers, you want to cross out any repeating numbers. And then where you're going to make it into a little wheel, this is what my wheel looks like. There's a little space left over. Then you just start from where your sentence starts and then go from there. Once you have your sigil, you can just decorate the little ends like this if you'd like, or however you'd like to. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, comment at Blessed Be.
Okay, so I'm not good at spells or anything, but I'm going to show you a simple way you can help with the full moon protection spells. So I start with a circle with any number of points on it. I usually default from 1 to 5 to 1 to 7 because they're simpler graphs, and then assign a letter of the alphabet to each of those numbers. Okay, this part I do a little complicated, but basically write out your intention, then take all of the vowels out of your intention, and then make sure none of the letters come up twice in your final sequence, and then refer to your graph to get the numbers you need. Then you're going to follow your points, so 1 to 3, 3 to 5 in my case, 5 back to 3, and then 3 to 4. So mine ended up coming out as an arrow.
Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is lighter when you turn it around. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything stays, but it still changes ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways, when everything stays.
Hi, my nickname is Juniper, and today we'll be making sigils. There's no incorrect way to make sigils, this is just what I've learned, and I'm going to show you how to make them. I got the sigil diagram online. You can either do it on paper or digital. You first want to write an affirmation that the sigil is going to be about, then cross out any vowels or repeating letters. So you should end up with these 4 letters. Now you're going to use the diagram and draw where those letters are, and you can design it however you want. And again, you get to decorate the sigil however you want. This is the final piece. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please like and share. Bye!
There's a million different ways you can make sigils, but I'm just going to show you the way that I usually do it. I use a more traditional method, so I'm just going to use my username as an example. The first thing you do is you want to cross out all the vowels and all the repeating consonants. This is the first step. And you have these remaining letters. Like, think of these letters as like each individual symbol, and then you can combine them into like a design. Like, kind of just play around with each symbol. Yeah, just play around with each like symbol until like you find something, a combination you may like. Kind of really is to it. I'm not gonna play. This is my final sigil. You can have some decoration.
This is how I make my sigils. Start with a statement written in present tense. Hi. Then remove any repeating letters. This is what we have left. Then pick a number and write the alphabet under it. I always use 11. There we go, and then set up your chart. Voila. You could do it any way you like. You could do a circle, you could do like this. It's really up to you. Then you're just gonna match each letter with the numbers and then trace the shapes. So I is a dot, then we have 1 to 2, and then 2, 5, 10, 9, 6, 1. Then I write out the shapes and kind of play around with them. Maybe I'll make them a little less harsh. So as you can see, I did a little tinkering around, and I like this one. After you choose it, you're just going to want to kind of meditate on it, make sure it feels right. But yeah, it's really up to you. Just use your intuition, and that's your sigil.
And now, you can stop the things I do. I like it. It's been 300 years, right down to the day. Now the witch is back, and there's hell to pay.
I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. Scusate, colpa del GPS. I put a spell on you, and now you're gone.
Gone, solo.
My woman fell on you, and it was strong.
So stronger, so stronger, so stronger.
Now wretched life, have all been cursed, 'cause all the witch was walking.
I'm the worst.
I put a spell on you.
Tree, plus I got this brown in me. Curly yellow dancing on me. So she smelled the green on me. And she straight from California. Freaky, yeah, she wanna be. Tell me she like boys and girls. Oh well, that's.
So today I'm going to teach you how I make sigils. I know a couple different ways, but this is the way I feel is the easiest. I'll do a video on the others eventually. So you want to start off by writing your manifestation. You always speak in the present tense. You don't want to use phrases like I have not or I will. Your mind focuses on the no, so we don't do shit like that. Then you're going to cross off any vowels and repeating consonants. Then you're going to make this grid 1 through 9 with the letters alphabetically underneath them. Letters will match numbers. So I got 433 with my MCL there. Cross off any repeating numbers, and then you make this 9-digit grid down here. You are going to connect the numbers in order with a line, and that will kind of give you a rough outline. Then you add your own flair to it. So this is kind of a rough example.
Today, I'm going to show you how to make sigils. So what you do is write down exactly what your intentions are to do with the sigil. So like for me, I wrote protect me. As you can go in and cross out every vowel in the word. And then you go in and cross out any letters that repeat. As you can see, I'm crossing out the last T. Then you go in and write every single letter that is left. After you write your letters, you can incorporate them in the sigil. I like to write mine in capital letters. It's just easier. You see I've incorporated T, P, R, and then there's the M, and the C is the last one, and there you go. You have your sigil. Use them.
I'm redoing my how to make a sigil video because I ran out of time at the end in the other one. Write out 1 through 9 like so, and then fill in the alphabet, and there should be one spot blank. Write out a present tense affirmation, cross out all vowels including Y, and all repeating letters. You'll get something like this, and then write what number each letter should be. So like T is 2 and S is 1. I like to cross out repeating numbers, but you don't have to. And then either make a 1 through 9 grid or circle, and the numbers can be in any order. I just like them in numerical order. So then with my numbers, I'm going to go 4, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1. These are the sigils I got for the 2 different ways.
So this is the second way that I know how to make sigils, and it takes a little bit more creativity, but let's get started. So you're going to write your manifestation. Remember, always in the present sense. So we're going to use I am gorgeous, like a beauty sigil to get started today, okay? Alright, so we're going to cross out any vowels and repeating consonants, and then I write the remaining consonants underneath. This is where it gets a little tricky. This is where the creativity part comes in, because you can break apart the letters and arrange the sigil how you see fit. So this is the example that I use. You can see the M, the S, parts of the G, it all kind of fits in together, and you can adapt and change however you want to.
Okay, so here is a better explanation on how to make sigils. So you're going to start out with an affirmation and then cross out all of the vowels including Y. Then you can rewrite the letters and cross out any repeating letters. So I have 2 G's, so I just cross out one of them. And then you have this letter combination. Use this chart and figure out what number goes with which letter. So for example, first is M, and M is underneath 4, so then I just change the M to a 4. And L is underneath 3, so then I just change the L to a 3, and I do that with all the letters. And now you have this number combination. So then you make a number circle. You can put these numbers in any order you want. You just put 1 through 9 around in a circle. Then you take your numbers and you just connect them in the order of what you see in your combination. And see how I have 2 5s? I just put a dot there since there was 2, but you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. And yeah, that's your sigil.
I'm redoing my how to make a sigil video because I ran out of time at the end in the other one. Write out 1 through 9 like so, and then fill in the alphabet, and there should be 1 spot blank. Write out a present tense affirmation, cross out all vowels including Y, and all repeating letters. You'll get something like this. And then write what number each letter should be. So like T is 2 and S is 1. I like to cross out repeating numbers, but you don't have to. And then either make a 1 through 9 grid or circle, and the numbers can be in any order. I just like them in numerical order. So then with my numbers, I'm gonna go 4, 3, 5, 6, 2, 1. These are the sigils I got for the 2 different ways.
So this is the second way that I know how to make sigils, and it takes a little bit more creativity, but let's get started. So you're going to write your manifestation. Remember, always in the present sense. So we're going to use I am gorgeous, like a beauty sigil to get started today, okay? All right, so we're going to cross out any vowels and repeating consonants, and then I write the remaining consonants underneath. This is where it gets a little tricky. This is where the creativity part comes in, because you can break apart the letters and arrange a sigil how you see fit. So this is the example that I use. You can see the M, the S, parts of the G. It all kind of fits in together, and you can adapt and change however you want to.
Okay, now that you have your sigil, get really good at drawing it. Do it as many times as you can until you feel comfortable with how it's applied to the paper, what it looks like, all of that. And then design around it. I like to add dots at the bottom here to set intentions. The arrow worked out really nice because I can throw my attention directly at that dot, which I'm using as the protesters. And then these lines here I like to use just to honestly make it look cooler. But you can add anything you want. You can do whatever you want. And then put it on something. Usually a rock is the best, but I just have a piece of paper because I'm going to work, and I'm going to keep it in my pocket on my person until I'd like the intentions to be reset.